to 1, I started sitting a little bit closer to my computer at that point. But this one, it looks like we have a bit of seed discrepancy here. The 23rd versus the 7th. Jukain versus Kitty Princess. Kitty Princess, you talked about before, is the Pichu main. And maybe we'll get some
And we have Jukain here.
Jukain, thank you.
Jukain. Yeah, you're good. Peach main Jukain.
Ooh.
Okay, so I have to ask you, what do you think of this matchup?
Thank you for asking. So I can't wait to watch it. So no, I'm kidding. So I would say my thoughts on this matchup are, both characters are so technical, honestly, that when it comes down to it, it's really more about execution. From a matchup perspective, though, I do appreciate there are times when Peach can build up percent, but not really take stocks. And against Pichu, that will not be as much of a problem, hopefully. On the other side of things, if we have our combos down taut with Kitty Princess, I'd be feeling pretty good. But oh my gosh,
wow,
almost a 0 to death.
Fast F smash. Oh my goodness. Did you see that? We were barely 20 seconds in. So, okay, so wonderful 0 to death there from Jukain. I mean, if you can call it a 0 to death, that was just a very fast stock, all things considered. And just going for these up air strings here, one of the tried and true. This is an absolutely wonderful disjointed move here from Peach. And then utilizing the float cancels here in order to get some really fast movement. And now Kitty Princess disrupting some of, or Kohai rather, disrupting some of that pretty quickly. Going to get hit with that down tilt into the nair, getting sent back off stage again with the back air, but going to avoid the up smash.
Wow. And Jukain just had such an electric start and is building up this percent as well. It really feels like Kohai cannot play on the stage, but finally a little bit of momentum swinging in his favor, but he's not able to confirm into anything. He's just too high a rage percent, and that nair is going to take the stock on the left top side. And that, oh my goodness, Jukain has come out swinging.
Absolutely. I mean, the person who said that trying to hit Peach is like trying to swat a fly was absolutely right, because there's no way this fly is hitting back. And then here, coming in here, Kohai getting a bit of a combo going, but going to get sent right back off stage, and now at the mercy of Jukain's edge guard tools. Going to come up with some damage here, trying to bring it back, and then now absolutely utilizing the floatiness of Peach to his advantage as he's sending him upwards. Going to get sent off stage yet again with that back air, and on his last stock, I would not want to be Kohai right now.
Okay, and he's going to take one. It's not going to be a 3 stock, but you got to think, when your moves literally damage you, it makes a comeback that much harder. And she put the stilettos in front of the rat right there, taking it off the top. And that's going to be what was a clear lead for the beginning. Jukain there is going to ride that momentum into a game 2 that looked dominant for him in the game 1.
What a wonderful up tilt there, too. I just have to draw attention to that, especially I would have thought that this would be a slightly difficult matchup for Peach, because a character like Pichu doesn't necessarily have to approach in order to get a combo started, utilizing things such as T-jolts, you know, and then those can really be useful in setting the momentum of the game. However, Jukain being the boxer, or Peach rather, being the boxer that she is, Jukain was just able to get so much damage off of such precise inputs there, especially on a tiny character. That's absolutely something you have to recognize.
Super right about that one, Pearl. You are absolutely correct, but hopefully, Kohai here can start things off a bit stronger in their favor. And really just felt like the momentum was too strong at the beginning for the last one. But with Kohai can cook, I mean, they are definitely going to be able to possibly put something together here. Now, we're going to make a bit of space here. Some down tilt here, too. All right, some good combo strings already coming out for the Pichu at this point. And some ledge tapping there, too. Peach can't seem to go anywhere. And finally, a down smash. Bit nerfed here from Melee, but still effective. Is going to put some space in between Jukain and Kohai. But that rat is trying to run him down.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that these down smashes here from Jukain able to disrupt so much of Kohai's momentum, especially trying to stop these combo strings from going. Still going to go for a lot of these aerial movements, going to put some shield pressure, but instead Jukain is going to be the one getting hurt, sending Kohai off stage, and that turnip snipe, though, didn't even need the F smash. Going to send Kohai all the way to the other side of the stage.
Yo, how do you hit that, brother? How do you hit that, Pichu? It's not like the hitbox is tiny as Ant Pizza.
Smash.
Okay,
I'm not sure why Jukain decided to recover that way. Sometimes you see someone charging down smash and you're like, I can make it, I can make it. Anyways, going here into this rapid jab, now going to follow up with some aerials here from Kohai, coming in swinging, but going to get grabbed out of that shield now. Jukain trying to find some footing here, going to put on some shield pressure as he gets punished in response. These two just really duking it out here, going for the fair, and it's going to clank with that T-Jolt as this one is just coming back to stage here.
100%. You asked earlier what the match would look like, and it just looks like Kuhai is trying to have endless aggression in his pockets. But what you mentioned before, Jukain's been using the down smashes, using the space, using the floats to possibly put some space in between them and the electric rat. But now he's off stage. Gets back on, and the get-up attack creates a little bit of space for him. And no thunders here yet from Kuhai. A bit surprised into that one. Maybe saved it for a special moment here. And there's the down smash taking the stock. Game 2 looking completely different from Game 1. Let's see if the yellow rat, Pichu, can continue it here.
Yeah, I think that's something that Kohai has been doing a lot better, is waiting to approach. And because that is something that you absolutely need to do versus Peach. Because the thing about her is that, like, a lot of her movement necessitates her approaching you. And Kohai just seems to have learned that he doesn't have to do that necessarily. Although going to lose the stock in that situation there, but we'll get back to that later.
We'll get back to that now in a second here, like you said. The dare coming out here from Kuhai. I'm loving it. I'm loving the combos here. And he finally goes for the thunder, but not able to connect. Jukain, we've seen the craziness come out before. This comeback is indeed possible, but first, you need to get on the stage. Another get-up attack. Words for him one yet again. But he just can't seem to find any space on the stage right now. Another throw cut out in reply, but the thunder doesn't connect.
Absolutely so close here. The way that Jukain is able to air dodge out of these and away as well, trying to preserve this stock to the very dregs, going for the turn up here and just trying to change some of the momentum and finding himself off stage yet again, going to utilize that up air, but not going to get hit there, coming back to the center stage, and now these two just kind of fighting it out. We are at kill percent now. If you're Kohai, you're really scared, but that down smash though is going to seal out game number 2 there. Kohai getting a game on the board versus Jukain. Completely opposite of what we saw game 1.
Exactly, Pearl. You're not right about that one. We had 1, 2, 3 down smashes, swinging it into the favor of Kuhai here, the lower seed. But in that game, the better play, taking that so far in their advantage. And this is so exciting to watch because both characters can kill each other and rack up so much percent at a moment's notice. It is impossible to see who could potentially come out in this game 3 at this point.
Now, what I alluded to earlier, and what I will say again, is that you noticed in this game specifically, Kohai was very patient at waiting for Jukain to make a move before going in. Although Jukain has an advantage with really floaty, quick movements, especially with float cancel. However, Kohai was very patient at waiting for him to make the move first before going into attack and getting a combo string going. So it's going to be absolutely wonderful to see if Jukain adapts to that, or what kinds of adaptations are made for game 3 between these two, or what Kohai is able to continue from the momentum of game number 2.
You're right about that one. We'll see. Okay. Nice pressure being thrown in the shield. It looks like immediately Jukain is meeting aggression with aggression, trying to box each other out. Now that we dropped onto the stage here, Jukain stalled a lot in that situation, but Kuhai not able to get the thunder spike just quite yet. They're both dodging around each other's recoveries so well at this point. Now, reset the situation. Both of them at mid-percent, but I feel a bit more comfortable at that percent if I'm Peach rather than Pichu. Ooh, but he misses the grab there too. Ooh.
All right, that fair going to do massive damage here. And now Pichu finding himself off stage yet again. Kohai just sort of struggling to recover, but going to get interrupted with these turnips here as Jukain just kind of floats eerily at the ledge here, trying to go for an edge guard. Going to get hit with the very tail end of that up air though. Although unfortunately, when you are at 150% as Pichu, that is going to seal out your stock. So now Jukain here in the lead. Pichu going to go for some advantage here, going to utilize these T-Jolts, and then trying to get something started. Kohai getting a good amount of damage here, though, but Jukain just proving to be very elusive.
And he's surviving, I was going to say surviving into a lot larger of a percent right there, but he catches the float. Kuhai and Jukain back to even yet again, putting up the wall of the back airs at this point too. But finally, it looked like Kuhai might have found an in right there, but not able to rack up too much percent. And things are slowly starting to run away for Jukain at this point.
Okay, although now what I will say here, Jukain going in for the fair, not going to get it just yet, and actually going to get grabbed out of that as Kohai is able to get a whole lot of damage. Jukain utilizing float in order to try to stall out some of Kohai's movement. And then going to be able to get that grab and getting the back air there, going to seal out yet another stock here for Jukain.
Huge. What a call out there too, knowing exactly where the quick attack was going. Jukain knows they don't need to take the stock at this point. Oh, no! The first Thunder connects, and it's 0% yet again. These players are putting on a show for us right now.
For sure, that's exactly what they are doing right now. These two are just sort of going around each other, trying to find something, going for those up airs. And now, that's not going to be it just yet. But you can see Kohai wants it so badly. Going for the dare here, that get-up attack, going to send him back to the other side of the stage, getting the back air here. And now Kohai just trying to find a way in, although unfortunately getting way too close to the zone of fire here, coming out from Jukain.
100% right about that one. Peach Float not getting caught with the Thunderbolt at that time either. Oh my goodness, the rat is just a whiff away from death at this point. The up smash, we're spamming moves at this point. We're so nervous, but the back air connects, and that is going to be the set. Jukain showing that he's got the grit and will to win, taking the set 2-1.
In such a nail-biter set that was, I mean, based off of game one, I really didn't think it was going to be such a close set, but that's such a testament to the adaptation of someone like Kohai. I don't know if you noticed, but around game number 3, we started seeing Kohai utilizing T-Jolts at about Peach float level from float cancel. And that was really smart because that limits Peach's movement so much and forces her to do a full float rather than the like regular level of float cancel. So absolutely smart move there from Kohai, just able to limit so many options. However, Jukain still able to find that momentum and bring it back.
Yeah, that's a great call there, Pearl. I think you're right about that one. They definitely started doing that, and that I think was a huge advantage that Kuhai was able to put for himself in game 2. But I did also notice that in adaptation of that, I think Jukain really started throwing out his disjointed aerials like the up air and his forward air in order to not only catch the T-Jolt, but also extend the hitbox off the T-Jolt to make connection with that silly little rat right there. And there were a couple times where it was really, really advantageous for him to do that. But I think he had some great analysis right there for sure.
Absolutely, and I don't know if you know this, but up air and nair and back air are typically the ranked like best moves of Peach by Peach players. I think specifically up air, just because it's so fast, it's so good at comboing your opponent to oblivion, and it's just a wonderful tool to use. So absolutely hats off to this game. Well played from both players. I think the way that we saw adaptation from both of these two is a really good sign of things to come in the next sets. Because if we're seeing this at an Arcadian, but like this is absolutely high-level gameplay.
Yeah, 100%. And it's high-level gameplay, and these players know how to bet it all on the line. One thing that can be a complaint sometimes of people watching Smash Ultimate, people are very defensive, and for good reason, right? People can have their stocks blown up at a moment's notice, but one thing that we noticed about that one is people are just going to send it at you. They're going to run at you, and they're going to go as hard as possible, which makes for the literal electrifying gameplay that we just witnessed.